The Battle of Ichkeria was the attempt by General Grabbe to take Imam Shamil's capital at Dargo during the Murid War. It failed because of the difficulty of moving a large force through the forest. After his defeat at Akhulgo in 1839, Shamil established a new headquarters at Dargo in a forested valley in Chechnya, about 33 kilometers south of the Russian lines. The region was called Ichkeria. In late 1841, Count Grabbe visited St. Petersburg and persuaded Nicholas I to give him command of the forces on the left flank and northern Dagestan, that is, the area north and east of Dargo. From at least the 21st of March 1842, Shamil and most of his men were fighting at Kazi Kumak, about 115 kilometers southeast of Dargo. Grabbe decided to attack Shamil's capital in his absence. Grabbe's intention was to march quickly south to Dargo, destroy it, and then move south over the mountain and take Handi and Gumbert. He had 10,000 men and 24 guns. The size of his force worked against him. To carry his supplies he needed a large number of carts and 3,000 horses. Because of the poor roads, or trails, through the forest, the baggage train strung out over several versts, kilometers, and it took half his force to guard it on both sides, with several battalions for front and rear guard. The various parts of the line could not protect each other. In addition to the hills and rivers, the mountaineers began to build barricades and set ambushes. On the 30th of May, all dates old style, so at 12 days for the Western calendar, Grabbe left Gozal 33 kilometers north of Dargo. He went south along the left bank of the Akhulgo River, the same route as Vorontsov's retreat in 1845. That day he made only 7 vests against no resistance. That night it rained heavily, making the road worse. On the second day they made 12 versts in 15 hours, fighting all the way. They were forced to camp from the night on a waterless plain. On the third day they made only 6 versts. The enemy had increased to something under 2,000. The roads were more difficult, barricades more frequent. The troops had been short of water for 2 days. There were already several hundred wounded and confusion increased hourly. On the night of the third day, Grabbe saw that further advance was impossible and gave orders to retreat along the same road. The retreat was worse than the advance. It necessitated the abandonment, or, where possible, the destruction of everything that would slow the movements. The retreat became very disorganized and assumed the appearance of a rout. The sources do not say whether this was due to command failure or whether there was some other problem. On the 4th of June they arrived back in Gozal, having lost 66 officers, 1,700 men, 1 field gun and nearly all the provisions and stores. When Shamil heard of Grabbe's movement, he abandoned his perhaps unprofitable campaign and hurried back to Chechnya. When he arrived, the fighting was already over. The impact of Grabbe's failure was even greater because he had faced only the local levies of 2 naibs, Shu, Ayb and Alubi. A month later Grabbe made an unsuccessful raid against Igli on the Andi Koizu. After this he was released from command at his own request. Grabbe's return was witnessed by Prince Chernyshev, the Minister of War. This contributed to Nicholas' decision to forbid all major raids into the interior, a policy that did not work well. For the second attempt to take Dargo, see Battle of Dargo.